Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be checking out one of the fastest growing areas in the desert, and that is North Indio. We are going to be looking at some properties here, discussing what's around here, like shopping and also taxes, and there's some things that you got to know about with regards to this area. So if that's something that you are interested in, keep watching. So I'm in North Indio right now, and this area has been booming ever since the early 2000s. My family in particular were actually one of the first families to move into this area in the early 2000s. And since then, it has just blossomed so much. So right now I'm in the biggest shopping center in North Indio. We've got so much around me. We've got a Petco. People are coming in and out of the store with their dogs. We've got a Winco right behind me. We've got Ulta, Burlington, Tilly's, Skechers, Home Depot. But there is a Starbucks, there's a gas station. On the other side of the street, there's a Vallarta, which is a Mexican market. We've got a 24-hour fitness right here. We've got a Texas Roadhouse that's actually brand new. Five Below on the other side, a Marshall's. We've got a One Hawaiian Barbecue, KFC, Taco Bell. We've got McDonald's, Jack in the Box. Everything is here. Another big thing that actually just recently came to our desert would be Handel's Ice Cream. Handel's is a San Diego-based place, and they just recently opened quite a few locations out here. So we've got a Handel's Ice Cream, which my niece and nephew love going to. And then we've got a Chipotle, a Dave's Hot Chicken. You've got a Dunkin' Donuts across the street. You've got a Dollar Market. So yeah, let's go and check out the area a little bit more. One thing I really love about Winco is that you can buy a lot of bulk foods here, like dry foods, oatmeal, rice, pasta, and also candy in bulk, which is really awesome. You can also get your own olive oil, avocado oil, all these honeys, different types of honeys, agave and apple cider vinegar. And then you can also grind your own nut butter. How cool is that? Cashew butter, almond butter, and then also peanut butter. That is awesome. This is the only place that I know of in the desert that you can do this. So I love Winco. It's such a unique store. So many things you can do in there that you can't find at a regular grocery store. And also, this isn't the only place that you can shop for groceries. There's also a Walmart that's probably less than a half a mile away. Just moved a little ways away from where I was. What's really interesting is right behind me is the largest installation of Tesla chargers in the desert. There's 46 Tesla chargers right here. And the reason for that is obviously it's right off the 10 freeway. And that's why this area is called North Indio, because it's north of the I-10 freeway. And as most people know, the northern parts of Indio are going to be a little bit windier. And that would be probably the biggest con of this area is the wind. But what's interesting about this spot is although it will get really windy here, look at this guy, he's walking his dogs. A little hot to be walking the dogs on the pavement right now, but they seem to be doing just fine. You actually don't get that much dust here. Yes, you will experience dust, but I really think that you're gonna experience more wind and dust in the Sun City Palm Desert area. And that's mostly because right next door to that rather large community is a big, open, empty dirt lot. And that's why it's really dusty just in that primary location. But I love this area. It is booming like crazy. There's so many stores and things that have opened over here, and the city of Indio is just doing so much to amplify the area and to drive traffic here. Because as we know, the city of Indio is where the Coachella Valley Music Festival is held every single year. And the city gets a lot of revenue from taxes and short-term rentals that has been helping build up the community and the city altogether. And so they're really just doing a lot out here, which is absolutely awesome. And we are almost in the month of July. I see a little, you probably can't see it from behind me, but I do see a little stand where you can purchase fireworks. That's very common just in the area in general. You can do like the smaller fireworks. Obviously you can't do the rather big ones that shoot in the air. But as we head into the July 4th weekend, it's usually when it just the hottest and we peak. That's how we know that it's just officially summer for us, and we're not gonna experience cooler weather at night, at least until late September, October. But another good thing about this area is because of the wind, it's actually cooler. So I'm standing outside, it's been about 3 minutes that I've been recording, and I'm actually okay. And there's some people that are walking behind me. So a lot of people will go to these Tesla chargers and they'll walk to these stores to run their errands. And you can easily walk in the parking lot across the way and then go into a nice, cool shopping market, and you're not gonna hate it. You're gonna be just fine. And that's because of the wind over here. It keeps things cooler. If there was no wind, I don't think that I'd be able to stand out here. I just crossed the street from Winco. So Winco is now behind us across the way there. And we're now in the other shopping center right across the way. You've got so much in this area. It's unbelievable, honestly. You got a Tractor Supply Co., which is kind of like, why would we have that here? But we actually have a lot of little agriculture farms. We've got a horse rescue that's pretty close to here. And so you can get tractors here and just supplies. They actually have a dog wash station in there, which is kind of interesting. And then we also have 2 hotels. We've got Homewood Suites and then the Fairfield Inn on the other side. And then we're heading into the Vallarta supermarket right now. I'm telling you, we're so spoiled when it comes to our produce. So just wait and see what there is inside the supermarket when it comes to produce. We are so fortunate out here to just have a plethora of all of the vibrant colors of produce out here. We are just so fortunate. So I just walked into the first house that we are going to look at, and this community is called Desert Trace. I love this community. The tax rate is a little lower here. It has special assessments and a low Melrose of about $500 per year. So Melrose are basically a temporary tax assessment that go into communities that are new. So all of the communities in this northern part of Indio, they all have Melrose taxes. They're basically bonds to help pay for new schools, police services, ambulance services, and things like that to help build up a new area. Some of the Melrose in other communities are very high, like Terra Lago, their Melrose are like $3,000 a year. Talavera is about the same, around $2,500 a year. And so the communities that are gated in this general little spot is rather low. So your tax rate over here is probably in the 1.4 to like 1.5 range. Tax rate for Terra Lago is gonna be like 1.8 to 2% in property taxes. So that's a big chunk of change for property taxes. So this home that I am in is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It was built in 2016, so a fairly newer house. And it's just under 2,200 square feet. And the lot size is 7,800 square feet. That doesn't have a pool, but this yard, you've got so much space in this yard to add a pool. Look at all of this space. You've got so much green space. So this home does face south. So you will have a lot of sunshine during the day in this area. It's great for pools, especially because it'll heat up your pool naturally throughout the day. You don't have to use your heater in the winter. But as you can see, because your patio cover, you do have shade. So you will always get shade there in the afternoons or all day long. And then this have a nice little cobblestone walkway here. And I do love this yard. One thing I do love about these communities is you do have large lots. Great for, you can add a play set out there. If you've got kids, you can add a pool easily. The HOA dues in this community are
really low. They're only $85 a month. And that really only handles your gate maintenance and your street maintenance. So it really doesn't handle too much. But this layout is a great setup. I'm in the primary now. And the flooring is, it looks like a laminate or a vinyl plank. Oh my gosh. This closet is massive. Can't really see it, it's kind of dark, but wow, this closet is huge. That's gotta be like, I'm terrible with estimates, like 15 feet maybe? I can't tell, but wow. This is a great size bathroom here. I do love the shutters, and all of the windows are double pane. They're all updated, they look great. I love that you have access to the backyard directly from the primary bath. So if you have a pool in your backyard, you've got a really nice view. And it's got the shutters, it's natural light. It goes straight into your backyard. I love that. Now I can tell this home has been lived in. You probably could use some paint. I see some scuff marks on the walls. The walls are a really good color. It's not that bad. You've got some scuff marks like right there, but it's not that bad. You've got some painting that needs to be finished right here. Carpet's in great shape. The house smells good too. That's always a telltale sign. Like if people had pets, and you know, oftentimes pets use the restroom inside. Got a nice laundry room. And it smells clean in this house. And I do love this kitchen. This kitchen's great. And you've got shutters in here. A lot of people use these rolling shutters. These are phenomenal. And lots of privacy, and they look nice too. They look upscale. They're so much better than those ugly blinds. This house is separated, and I would say this is how the majority of these houses are built in this community. You have the primary on one side of the house, and you have all of the rest of the bedrooms on the other side of the house. So it's great separation. Double ovens, nice big pantry. I love that you've got the separation. You've got a little dining area and you got your living area, but it's a really wide open space. This island is huge, massive. It's great. Love the open space here. I love the neutral color of the walls. It's a great neutral tone. It doesn't have the updated baseboards like the 5-inch, but these look like they're in really great shape. Again, the house probably needs some paint, but this is absolutely move-in ready. You've got 2 sinks in here. You've got a full bathtub spinning around. So you've got bedroom number 1. You've got a closet. I love these shutters. This is a nice touch. Bedroom 2, and then bedroom 3. So all 3 bedrooms are on this side. And then you have the primary that's on the other side of the house. So this is absolutely fabulous. Again, this is just under $600,000. A lot of nice touches in this house. I like all the blinds. I like the shutters. I like the updated windows. I love the lot size. You could easily add a pool here. The grass looks great. I love this location. The HOAs are low. You've got a nice little sitting area. You put a gazebo right there and a nice big kitchen. So this solid house, I think that this house will definitely sell. So this community was called Desert Trace. And the interesting thing about this one, as you can see a 2-story house behind me, the single-story houses are all on one side of the community, and then the other houses that are 2 stories are actually on the other side of this community. So that's a little interesting fact that you'll notice a lot of the single story on one side and then more 2 stories on the others. A mixture of both on the other side, but I believe it was a different builder that finished the community. What happened a lot in these communities back when the housing market crashed, a lot of builders built up the communities, and then when the crash happened, they left. And then they had other builders that came through when things started coming back. Other builders came through and they finished the community, so that's why some of the houses just look a little different. We're just passing a lot of gated communities down this road right here, which is 42nd. We just passed Desert Collection, we passed Shadow Ranch, Sandhurst Cove, Mountain Estates. So lots of little pocket gated communities. And then also I just wanted to add here that our desert is a lot bigger than people think it is. And when you come out here as a new buyer, you are stumped. Guaranteed you're stumped and you don't know where to start, and that's why you need to reach out to someone like me. I was born and raised here, and I help all of my clients avoid those rookie mistakes. I know this area like the back of my hand, and I can properly guide you. And I also just really love helping people. I love it when people call me from my channel to help them purchase homes in the area. I love talking about the area. I'm just really passionate, if you can't tell. If you or anyone that you know is looking for a home in this area to relocate, whether that be a vacation home, part-time home ownership, all those fun things, you're gonna have to reach out to me. I help people from literally all over the world. I've gotten phone calls from London, I've gotten phone calls from Dubai, I've gotten phone calls from Canada, and then also all throughout the United States. So give me a call. Don't be shy. I would love to hear from you. Now we are heading to Four Seasons Terra-Lago, and this is a 55 plus community. They've got a clubhouse, they've got pickleball, tennis courts. This is definitely resort style living in the desert when it comes to the 55 and older. And these are all newer houses. They actually just finished building all these houses. The HOA dues in here are $300 a month, and that's because it is a guard gated community. So we got to get through this guard gate, and then we're gonna go and see one of the properties in here. All right, and we are in. This whole development is so pretty in here. Last year I sold a house to some folks. It was their vacation home, and they purchased a brand new construction. They added a pool. They love it. They've got a great view, and it's so well manicured in here. It's so pretty. And we're gonna go to our next little stop here, and we're going to check out this house and also talk about just this area and location and how far we are away from stuff. So obviously you are gonna have quite a few snowbirds that live in here, part-timers. You will have some full-timers as well. But I would say probably 60% of the homeowners here are vacation homeowners. I am just using my little handy dandy key opener here to open my little Bluetooth key box so we can get in and get the key out. If you're ever out showing property with me, this is what you will see me do. You'll see me get into this little Supra box and get the key so we can go in. All right, nice and cool in here. I'm just walking in. I have not seen this property before. Nice tall ceilings in here. You probably can't tell, but the ceilings are really tall, much taller than what we just saw. You have the rolling shutters in here. So this is gonna provide a lot of privacy and also shade. These are windows that are north facing, so these windows will never get direct sunlight. You have a nice little den. Very common in 55 and older communities, you will see dens very often. Walking in, you've got your great room. The size on this is 2,019 square feet, built in 2015. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. But as you saw, it was a 2-bedroom plus a den. And again, a lot of 55 and older communities are mostly 2 bedrooms because you don't necessarily have children living with you. Nice big kitchen, I love the island. And I really do love these shades. Not something you see in all listings. I think I just got lucky with the 2 that I just happened to choose to show everyone. And I think that these are automatic. Look at that. That's great. Another thing that's really great is this, they're like accordion sliding glass doors. Look at this view, you guys, wow. And these go all the way over, if I can get it. Use your muscles, Brandy. So a really great indoor outdoor living, which is what we are known for. And again, this house is facing south. Look at these amazing views, you guys, wow. Another really big lot where you can add a pool easily. It does overlook the golf course. This is a public golf course. not private. But this view is absolutely to die for. Now, as far as location is concerned, we're about 40 minutes from downtown Palm Springs, mostly freeway driving, and that's the great thing about North Indio is that the freeway is right there. It's so close. This is great for commuters too, this area in North Indio. And I don't know if you can see it in the background, but you've got Fantasy Springs. That's where you have entertainment. They've got concerts and shows. They've got outdoor. I talk about this casino a lot in my videos. It's just great for in the evening if you want to go and listen to a band. They've got the Rock Yard. Again, I love the tall ceilings. The ceilings are definitely taller than the house that we just came from. White walls. Basic baseboards, but you do have tile throughout the house. And then a nice big closet, primary bath. This is probably a linen, nope, another closet. Oh my goodness, look how huge this pantry is. This is its own bedroom. It has a massive pantry. Lots of storage, your own laundry room. Full bath, and this is your second bedroom. And again, that den in the front, that could easily be made as a third bedroom if you absolutely needed it. And here's a standard 2-car garage. Clean, walls are done. Sometimes you'll see exposed walls, and then your tankless hot water heater. This is a great house, very clean. The things that are coming back these days as far as tones and colors, the natural tones are definitely coming back. I would say these sconces over the windows probably need to go. It's a little dated. Other than that, the natural wood-like colors are really coming back in style. And I love the tile. It's a really great color. I don't know if it reads well in the video, but it is a tan. It's a natural color. It would look nice with really any sort of furniture, and I simply cannot get over this view. Little fire pit. So your sun is going to set right over there, essentially in that general area all throughout the year. So your sun will come into your patio here, and it will hit this side of the house in the afternoons. Just something to keep in mind. So quiet. I mean, you can't hear it in the video, but I can hear a little bit of the freeway, and I think that's mostly because of the wind just bringing the noise over this way. So peaceful over here. Okay, wish me luck. I'm gonna try to close this now. See how much I struggle. Well, that was easy. Put some elbow grease. That's one thing about the desert is that because of the dust, sometimes these tracks just get riddled with a lot of dirt and sand, and you just gotta take either a vacuum or an air blower just through there just to get rid of all of the dust that just gets into the tracks. Great touch, great touch. Love it. Great house, another solid house. Paint, probably could use a little paint, but this house it's move-in ready. You do not need to do anything with this house. You could move in here, set yourself up. If you wanted to paint, you could. I mean, you can see on the wall here, there are some scratches. That's behind the TV. You're probably not even gonna see that. This house, move-in ready, another great choice. We've got some marks from when they were hanging some things on the walls. Again, another great house. So this is the clubhouse here. You've got a nice entrance. You can see you've got someone in their golf cart that has come to the clubhouse. And then right across the way, kind of down this pathway here, we'll go over there, is where all the pickleball and tennis courts are, because as everyone knows, very huge out here. Also a bathroom at the opposite end. I can't get in there because you have to have a key fob. But these are all of the tennis courts and pickleball courts. One Important thing to discuss when it comes to seniors and property taxes, because your property tax rate is around 1.5, and you do have Mello-Roos and special assessments here. So if you have a lower property tax rate where you're currently living, as long as it's in the state of California, you can transfer that property's assessed tax rate to your new home. So if you have a property tax rate that's less than 1% elsewhere in the state of California and you are over the age of 55, you can transfer that property tax to Riverside, anywhere in Riverside County. You just have to be living in the state of California currently where your previous property tax rate was. A handy little tip to know, especially if you want to come to a community where the property tax rate is slightly higher than the average of the area. You're talking 1.3 is the average, and then here in this community it's like 1.5. So it is a little bit more of a jump, especially when you factor in the special assessments and the Mello-Roos taxes. So you can transfer your tax rate from your current house to a new home here in Riverside County. You just have to go on the county website, you submit a form, and ta-da, you have a lower tax rate than maybe your neighbor. Even though this doesn't look very pretty behind me, but this is where the Indio golf course is. This is a public golf course. You've got a driving range there. You've got a full 18-hole golf course. You could also play what's called foot golf, and it's the only lit up at night golf course in the valley. And foot golf is where you basically, it's an 18-hole course and you kick the ball into a hole. And I think it might be a soccer ball, I'm not quite sure. But they're doing a lot of construction over here. They're doing a full-on remodel, and it's gonna be absolutely beautiful when it's all done. Now I'm currently in a community called Generations, and this is by far one of the top communities in North Indio. And that is because it was the first community that was built here, and also there are no Mello-Roos. It is the only gated community in North Indio that does not have any Mello-Roos tax. So you've got your base tax rate, you have special assessments just like everywhere else. Everywhere throughout the Coachella Valley all have special assessments. Everywhere you go, probably all throughout the country, but all throughout the state of California, property taxes, you have your base rate, and then you have your special assessments, which is street maintenance, your sewer maintenance, and lights and things like that, city stuff. All right, you guys, look at this. And I don't know if you guys can see anyone, but outside there are people sitting, which is kind of cool. But the reason I took you to this location is this is the newest development to North Indio. We've got a brand new Raising Cane's, and then we've got a brand new In-N-Out. As anyone knows, here in California, In-N-Out is huge. We love it. We can't live without it on the West Coast. And the people who were living in the North Indio would have to drive a little bit more central in Indio and deal with all the traffic on the Monroe. This In-N-Out just opened within the past month or so. Super exciting. Again, right off the 10 freeway. They're building so much over here. There's still more dirt to build on. They've got a sumo dog that's coming up soon. We've got a Walmart over here. I just got a Starbucks because I'm parched. It's hot today. Got an Arby's, you've got a nail salon over there, you've got a bank, you've got a Quick Quack car wash, got another hotel down there, and you've got little patches of land still. And then just on the other side of the freeway here, the city of Indio is building a massive park, apartment buildings. And so again, this area is just booming like crazy. And look at just everyone driving in and out of here. It's bustling in the best way, people coming and going. We've got lots of people coming and going off the bridge over here. So you can just see so many people just out and about, getting their fried chicken and their hamburgers and French fries. Now we are seeing another home inside Sun City, Shadow Hills. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this one because I think that it's going to have a really great west-facing view with a pool. So this will be our first pool house that we're seeing. And then hopefully I'll have another house to see either tomorrow or the next day or just sometime this weekend. I'm filming this on a Friday, but as you can see, there's so many people coming and going. It's busy out here. and we're in July. A lot of people are kind of gearing up to leave for the holiday weekend. I guess not quite the holiday weekend. What's the date today? I don't even know. I guess holiday weekend is actually next weekend, but a lot of people still in the area. So we're gonna go through the guard gate here for the Indio Sun City and go see this next house. So we just made it into Avenida Santa Alicia. This is, again, another 55 and older community. I do love the tile in here. I love the open kitchen, again, with the really tall ceilings. This house was built in 2004. It's 2147 square feet, and it is listed at $639,900. It does have a sparkling pool and spa. So let's check it out. Nice open kitchen, lots of lighting in here, which is very nice. Love all of the lights. Shows very nicely. Love the fireplace. So you do have a den. It does have doors, so this could be a bedroom. Oh, and it looks like it actually goes through to another bedroom here. Oh no, this is actually another office. Wow. You do have carpet. Wow, look at this bedroom. Okay, trying to turn this around. Huge bedroom. Wow. I like the shutters. The carpet looks like it probably could use a good cleaning. It doesn't smell. That's always a good sign. But I can tell the house is definitely a little dated, but this is absolutely livable. I mean, for a house that was built in 2004, it's definitely not bad at all. You got a full bath right there. You've got your laundry room through there. Let's look at the backyard, because I just had a feeling that this was going to be a really nice view. Nice golf course view and a beautiful sparkling pool. Looks great about now. Got some nice mountain views in the back. Or that is actually west, so this is actually a northwest facing view. So this is north and that is west where your sun will set. But love the green golf course. I mean, it's just beautiful. This pool looks immaculate. But as you can see in your patio, you're starting to lose shade already just because of the sun path. And so when the sun sets, it will definitely be inside your house. Once again, for snowbirds, that's really great because snowbirds love the views and they love the sun. That's why they come here. They want to absorb the sunshine because they're coming from either snow or rain. And so this is really great for snowbirds. Full-time living, it might be a little challenging. You'd want to add some sort of patio cover extender, you know, whether that be the retractable awnings, what have you, just to create more shade for yourself. And then also some blackout curtains or solar shades right here to just help mitigate some of the intense sun rays that are coming in the house. But overall, this house is very nice. I love the layout. It's very open. The kitchen looks like it's in great shape. I love the granite countertops. Again, these colors are really coming back in style, the more natural colors. You do have shades and you do have blinds over here. This is for 2004. The other house that we saw in the 55 and older, that was, I think it was built in 2014. So this is definitely standing the test of time. They do have some accent on the floors with the tile. I've definitely seen apps like much, much worse. For houses built in 2004, this kitchen is beautiful. I love this kitchen. Gas cooktop, that's great. Definitely a good selection. And to feature something that's more of like a west facing where you do have really nice views, we saw south facing, we saw a northwest, which is this one, you have a pool. So this is really great for snowbirds.
Hi everyone, so we are now on day 2 because it got a little late yesterday, and so I had to call it quits, and I was starting to get hungry and needed to get home to my dogs. So I decided to start on day 2, and we're in Sun City Shadow Hills, which is on the other side. And we just went through the clubhouse, and as you could see, not too many people out right now. No one really parked in the parking lot. Still some people here, so that's really good to see. But this community is very nice. As you can see, you've got wide roads to contrast it. When we were looking at the Four Seasons at Terra-Lago, which is the other 55 and older, where we saw that house with a really nice view. That community is not as large as this one. This spans, I mean, it's really large. So, but this side of the Sun City Shadow Hills is just surrounded by a lot of dirt. Now, with that said, with them building, as we're coming up on the back entrance here, with them building so many new homes on that dirt lot right across the way, I can almost guarantee that dust over time, probably, it's probably going to take a few years, but it's going to start minimizing. So keep that in mind when you're looking in areas like this. And I just don't want to deter too many people from looking in the more dusty, windier areas, because for one, we're not like that 100% of the time. It's going to be like that. Let's just guesstimate maybe a full month out of the year. When you put all of our windy days together, I would say it comes out to 1 full month where it's windy and dusty. And it might not even be that much, 30 days. But I think that's probably a good, off of my top of my head type of estimate. It is really quite nice in here. Is the newest 55 or active community in this area. Right across the street from Sun City Shadow Hills is the new Del Webb 55 and older community. This project is massive, and they're finally breaking ground on it as we're coming up on the sign here. It's called Desert Retreat, and it's going to be it's going to be massive. It's going to be so huge, probably about the same size as maybe Sun City Palm Desert. And this is going to be in North Indio, right across the street from other 55 and older communities. So obviously they know that this area is really great for the 55 and older. Okay, I am in the trifecta of gated communities right now, and this is why you have to reach out to me if you're looking in this area, because you're gonna come out here and you're gonna be lost. We've got Paradiso, we've got Palazzo at Shadow Hills, we've got Foxstone down the ways, we've got Sonora Wells, we've got Desert Trace, we've got so many, and so if you don't want to be lost, give me a call. Now, even though Terra-Lago, which is the highest tax rate out here, I think they're close to 2%. I think it pretty much matches Sonora Wells and also Talavera. But at least here you do get a guard, you get security, you've got beautiful grounds, you've got a lake, you can't swim in it, but you do get more for your you know, what you're paying per month here at least, or per year when it comes to property taxes. We're inside the gates now of Terra-Lago, and this is a beautiful community, one of the very few out here where you can find a home on the lake. And I mean, look how pretty this is. I'll turn this around. Roadrunners running around. But isn't this just absolutely gorgeous? Now these homes on the lake are really in like the lower millions, you know, nines, depending on updates. But you do have a wide range of homes in here, all the way from like 400,000, like the higher 400s. Passing more of the lake here. All the way up to, you know, like 1.4, I've seen as high as 1.3 in the height of the real estate market. And another thing that's special about this community is that you can do short-term rentals here. So this is a really great spot if you are an investor. I've heard of some of these houses earning crazy amounts of money. You're talking 150 to 200K a year in revenue for short-term rentals. It's such a good location when it comes to your festivals and other things that are happening in the area all the time. And it's just a very unique view because it's just not something that you would expect here in the desert as far as living in houses. Now, obviously, that's one thing to consider when moving out here, or, you know, wanting to be in this spot, is that you are gonna have homes that are gonna be more of like the coming and going types. They're not gonna be your friendly neighbor types. So that's something to truly consider when looking in this spot, because short-term rental people tend to not be as considerate as some neighbors. So they do have noise ordinances. They've got a guard that can come out and talk to the people that are living there. You can call the homeowner, you know, Airbnb has rules and things like that. So, but it's just, again, it's something to consider out here. It's probably, as I'm sitting in front of a park here, it's not gonna be super a get to know your neighbor type. Now, I will admit it is buzzing over here right now. I can hear people have music playing. I hear some cheering, probably people taking their afternoon shots as it's nearing about 4 p.m. I'm just walking out to the lake here. We do have to my right, we've got a little pool, but this is a really awesome spot if you're looking to do short-term rentals, or if you just want a vacation home on the lake. And at least here, you get a really beautiful community. If you're gonna pay in higher taxes, I mean, you have to maintain the lake somehow, right? But you can see lots of people hanging outside. Having a good old time. All right, so this was my video on the fastest growing area in the desert. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel to stay in the loop on all things desert living. Comment below if you saw something that you liked, or maybe you just have more questions. Give me a phone call if you or anyone that you know is looking to relocate out here or purchase a awesome vacation home. I would love to chat with you. I love talking to people from all over the world. So again, you know what to do. I am your desert girl, and so I will see you all on the next video.